I don't want to be that girl. I don't know who she is because everyone is trying to be her and it changes every single month. Now she's demure, now she's mindful. It's a hot girl summer. When is it gonna be a you summer? I have realized that there's not much that I need to do externally to be beautiful. In fact, I'm just beautiful because I exist. And so are you, my dear. So are you. You're beautiful simply because you exist. Isn't that such a relief? Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time seeing my face on your screen, welcome. My name is Marilyn, but I go by Mare, and this is my channel Heal with Mare, where I talk about healing through generational trauma and breaking generational curses. And this video is about to be an unpopular opinion, but it has to be said by me because this is something that I relate to on so many levels. Well, I used to relate to it, not as much now, but I really think that switching your hairstyle a bajillion 611th times is not as liberating as we think it is, and it's not as edgy and stylish as we think it is either. In fact, for me, it definitely demonstrated a level of escapism and fear of settling down, fear of finding rest and being at peace. Like, I feel like I was not at peace with my hair, and that is why I changed it up 1,000 bajillionth times. Lost my edges, I big chopped 4 times. And it's because I couldn't find rest in my hair. Now, girl, I could sit in mini braids for a month. I could do mini twists. Well, I don't do mini twists as much. If you want to know, I'll link the video up here as to why I don't do mini twists like that. But yeah, when I used to do mini twists, I could keep them in for weeks at a time. This fro will be with me for the next week and a half, and then I'll be putting it right back into a simple low manipulation style. And now I'm fine with that, and I still feel really pretty like that. And I'm okay leaving the house like that. I don't need a wavy bust down. I don't need a Peruvian this, a Brazilian that. I don't need it. I don't need hair color. I don't need none of that. What I need to do is keep looking like myself. Me looking like myself is the biggest and the largest and the most magnificent form of self-expression that there will ever be. Could you find somebody on this planet that is me, who talks like me, walks like me, has the same complexion as me, undertones, eye shape, eye color, nose length, lip shape, eyebrow arch, forehead distance? You'll never find another me. And that is my power. And when I'm dead and gone, there will never be another replacement for me. So why in the world do I and others, right? Because I'm speaking for myself, but this might resonate with you. But if it doesn't, it's okay. There's definitely a level of restlessness when it comes to switching up your hairstyle. And listen, if this is something that is resonating with you, if you're feeling convicted by what I'm saying, as always, I'm gonna ask you to take it to Jesus, because I'm just a person on the internet. What I have to say literally holds no weight to what Jesus has in store for you. So don't be upset at me if you hear me saying all this stuff and you're like, well, I love my bright red hair color, or I love my long, like, ankle length box braids that rip out my edges or whatever. And maybe they don't rip out your edges. Maybe you have follicles of steel. God bless you. God bless. But again, don't take it up with me. Take it to Jesus. Because in the comment section, we're all about love and light. We uplift each other. And I am quick to delete a comment without batting an eyelash. I'm not one of those people who are new to the internet. I've been on these internet streets since, I don't even know, maybe 2007, 2006, like not even before that. But I've been a YouTuber since 2008. So your comments ain't gonna faze me. They're gonna get deleted, and I'm not even gonna feel a thing about it. For the longest time, I felt like I needed to do something. I needed to do my hair this way. I needed to get this hairstyle next. I could prepare my hairstyles months in advance and like switch it up, and they like were just in a rotation of switch up, just because I thought, I would be prettier looking like this. I would look pretty with this hairstyle. I'll get more compliments with this hairstyle. I literally talked about the fear of missing a compliment. That comes from a fear. We don't operate from a place of fear, baby. We operate from a place of love, abundance, power, and self-discipline. And the most self-discipline I ever have felt lately is this journey with my God-given hair. My God-given hair is literally humbling me. It's like, girl, you thought you were the one back then. You thought you were that girl. Like, I never want to even be that girl. I just want to be me. I just want to be me. I don't want to be that girl. I don't know who she is because everyone is trying to be her, and it changes every single month. Now she's demure, now she's mindful. It's a hot girl summer. When is it going to be a you summer? I, for one, have realized that now that I'm fully embracing my God-given hair and radically accepting myself, and when I say radical acceptance, I mean believing in God's will for my life and leaning into God's will for my life without any fear. That means accepting the way I talk, accepting the way I look, dress, accepting my circumstances, accepting the fact that there are literally so many things I can't control and that God is in control. Now that I'm radically in that space, I have realized that there's not much that I need to do externally to be beautiful. In fact, I'm just beautiful because I exist. And so are you, my dear. So are you. You're beautiful simply because you exist. Isn't that such a relief? I look at the trees outside, I look at the animals frolicking in the woods, and I'm like, y'all are chilling. For real, for real. You're chilling. Just frolicking, not paying bills, not a care in the world, knowing that their meals are always going to be there, knowing that their shelter is always going to be there. I'm the apple of God's eye, and I have the audacity to not find rest and peace in the way He created me. That is the devil's work. That is the devil's work. And the minute I realized it was the devil's work was the minute I needed to strip myself down of all the external things and start to fully embrace my God-given beauty. And it started with my hair, and it's been like literally oozing into everything else. It started with my hair, fully accepted my hair, fully embracing my hair. I stopped wearing wigs. I gave that up. And now I wear my natural hair 24/7, and it's literally a breath of fresh air. And I don't get bored with it, because the only reason why you're bored is because you feel a sense of lack. It's okay to be still. It's okay to be still. Literally, the reason why I'm really on this journey, and this is a vulnerable moment, but the day my mom passed away on December 19th, she was in Nigeria, and the time difference, I believe, is like 6 hours. Right before she passed away, or maybe even the moment she passed away, I jolted up out of sleep, and I was like, something felt weird. I felt like something was literally leaving my body. And then I tried to go back to sleep. Like 3 hours passed. It's like 7 a.m. I wake up. I had called out of work the night before. And, I just woke up to a text from my brother saying, hey, we need to call so-and-so. My mommy's really sick. And as I was spiraling, calling, trying to figure out, I couldn't hear my mom's voice, trying to figure out what's going on in Nigeria, blah, 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 calling the consulate, the embassy, blah, 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 blah. I heard God's voice so clearly. He said to me, be still. And I took note of it. As soon as He said it to me, I took note of it. And in the moment when He said it to me, I was like, what do you mean be still? Do you mean that everything's going to be okay? He said, yes. Like, it literally will always be okay. Because God is working things for my good. In Jeremiah 29:11, which is a really highly quoted verse in the Bible, it says, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you, to give you hope in a future. All His plans are good for us. And we don't always see the inner workings of what God is doing, but all of it ends up being good. And it's not to say that I felt good when I found out that God wanted me to be still, and then I found out a few moments later after He told me to be still that my mom had tragically passed away. That was the hardest, most gut-wrenching, guttural, like I literally fell to the ground screaming. But I kept praising God. I kept having faith. I kept holding on to God. And I quit my job. Well, at first I put in my time, like I put in leave. In December 19th, I put in leave, became a full-time stay-at-home mom, and then in April of 2024 of this year, I decided to completely quit. And this whole time I've been still, right? And in April, when I quit my job, I was like, how else can I be still? And that is when I turned on the camera after crying my eyes. I was crying right before I turned on my camera, which is why if you see my video, I'll link it here. I have a tear stain in one of my, like under one of my eyes, because I have been crying about my mom's passing. Like it's still very shocking. I feel like I'm in a nightmare sometimes. I say all this to say that being still has manifested in a lot of ways after I heard God's voice clearly tell me to be still. I trust God more. I have let go completely of control. I am living in His will and accessing Holy Spirit with everything I do. I'm going to God moment to moment about everything. I'm asking God for help on everything, including my natural hair. And in April, I decided that I was done hiding my natural hair. and it changed the world. It changed a lot of your worlds. I get comments and emails from y'all all the time sending me pictures of you wearing your natural hair, sharing how my journey has jump-started your journey or reinforced your journey and has helped you fully embrace your God-given hair. And that started for me being still. So rest is actually more productive, more fruitful than being restless. And it can be seen in the way we treat our hair. My hair is literally thriving with a capital T ever since I started to be still. My life is thriving. My YouTube channel is thriving ever since I decided to take God's advice when he said those two simple words. And so I offer this video as some more encouragement to you, and also to kind of push you and call you to inaction in the case of your natural hair. This is my call to inaction to y'all. I know it's usually called a call to action, but this is my call to inaction. I need you to be still with your natural hair. I need you to interrogate and bring it to Jesus. Why do you feel the need every month, every week to change your hair, to wear really long extensions that are keeping your hair at chin length, keeping your hair breaking off, keeping you in a cycle of big chopping? Oh, it's damaged, now I got a big chop. Oh, it's damaged, now I got a big chop. Like, why? Really investigate, really interrogate that, really ask yourself that question. But I want to be the person to set the record straight. You don't need all that. You can just be still and still be God's beautiful creation, because you exist, because there is breath in your body. Anyway, y'all, I don't know if this meant anything to anybody, but just know I love you to pieces. God bless you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.